What about your painkiller prescription that just so happens to be in your wife's name?
Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. So, you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
That's a lie. But I guess we just expose that by asking him about his arthritis, because I don't... And it wasn't under lock and key. It was open when we were there. Oh, well, fine.
Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
You'll forgive me if I don't weep.
That's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector, and sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take for it?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home. It's not a problem.
But drugs aren't allowed on premises. Right? Keeps them here. So you don't allow drugs or alcohol onto Atlas premises. We know you're already drinking alcohol, and you've said now that you keep your prescriptions here. So do these rules just not apply to you? Okay, well, seems like a contradiction to me. Oh no, it's this one, isn't it? Doesn't keep any medicines on site. I guess the game's classifying medicines as a separate thing than drugs? Yes.
Aha. So, you don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas?
No.
Except your prescription painkillers.
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site.
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in the storeroom. Nobody would have access to them.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely sure.
And what are the painkillers, Ryan?
They're painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Paracetamol, codeine, morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom.
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Sure about that?
Yes.
So it is morphine Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together. Now I just have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
Is that the same storage closet that you said was not secure? Did that get added under secure storeroom? We've only seen one storeroom mentioned. And you said it wasn't particularly secure.
Aha.
Indeed.
So the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
I didn't mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I keep them in there.
Care to show us?
So where was it locked up?
It's upstairs. It's got a combination lock on it. Nobody could have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
I might have a look at that if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
You certainly look worried.
A combination locked room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
Methinks Ryan doth protest too much. He certainly looked very worried there at the end. Of course, I could just be misreading his expression. And we have a new area to explore now. Well, if there are further contradictions in this, we will find them eventually. For now,
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I want to go check out this storage room. Oh, up these stairs. this it? Private? The only thing we can't interact with it? It's got a combination lock on it. I wonder... Is this the combination? Alrighty. Yet another lie.
Welcome to the Mirror Room. This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious.
What the fuck?
As you move through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
This is some freaky shit right here.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing.
Extreme
Please read
testing.
the notes carefully before attempting the module.
What the absolute... What is going on here? And now I can't get out of my head persona. I am the persona. I am the true self. It's another game entirely, though. The mirror room. So this is the storage closet where you stored your medication. You're lying about that. Or you're using your medication as part of this insane whatever this is. Alrighty. Yeah. Goodbye, mirror room. Ha. So, Ryan? What the fuck is going on here?
A few more questions, please.
Tell me about that mirror room, please.
Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
Right. Okay, I don't know what to say about that, except this more and more does seem like Occult. Either that or it's just a scheme him and his father have cooked up to scam impressionable kids out of their money. Goodbye, sir, for now.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I want to see what everyone else has to say about this mirror room. We know Simon knows about it because it was his card that gave us the combination to enter it. Since we know Simon knows about it, let's start with Emma.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
What do you know about the mirror room?
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
So they didn't have a mirror room when you were in Third Eye. Unless you're lying again, and if so, we will catch you sooner or later.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Want to give me another explanation of what the numbers on the back of that card are for, Simon?
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
So how did you
don't know
get
the
it?
combination?
No.
That's a lie. That is an easily disprovable lie. Why did you have it on the back of the card?
Aha.
So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon.
Me too.
What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
On your own? You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried to morph in.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
Well now.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve? Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
Okay, so the morphine was in that locked mirror room, and by what Simon said, Atlas was using the morphine with its students for their risk-taking. Either that, or they are the most negligent people I have ever heard of. Okay, we just do our thing then. Let's explore. Ooh. What is this? What you got there, James? Huh? What's in those packages? Got you a little delivery there? Mind showing me what you have, James? I'm very interested.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, we can't ask about that? Oh, that's disappointing. Maybe.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Maybe it's in the greenhouse. Oh, darn it, we could have asked about the mirror room. Oh well, we'll get to it eventually. Okay, nothing here. Maybe in the second greenhouse, which is right beside the second boat. There is a search icon. Clark's? It's a shoebox? What is that?
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he?
Oh.
He's got some explaining to do.
I did not know that that's what that was. James. You have been a naughty, naughty boy.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I'm very disappointed in you, James. Oh, we couldn't ask about the mirror room, because it's unlikely he would know. I'm still disappointed in you, though. You couldn't be satisfied with the legal drug. You had to go and get some poppy pods.
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that.
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
I'm not sure if owning poppy pods is illegal. So, maybe he's perfectly within his rights to have them? It is very suspicious, especially with everything that we've uncovered about James thus far. With his, penchant for altering and expanding the mind. Okay, then.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Okay, now we can go and question everybody about that, but I do want to finish exploring first in case we can pick up other things to question about at the same time. I think we may have had our one and only run-in with Lisa. I've got the feeling we won't be running across her again. And also, we've only got an hour left, and I'll be honest, I have no earthly idea who actually killed Kate, if she was in fact killed and it wasn't suicide or an accident. I mean, it could have been any number of these people. Emma is constantly lying about things. Paul and Ryan both are not trustworthy. These people have been fishing here for hours. Oh, good on them. They got more patience than I do. Ooh?
Just keep pushing.
What?
Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to.
What the
Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
Ooh, what? Keys?
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
How do you know those
Here's
are...
your keys, Kyle.
No.
How do you know that's Ryan's?
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
I think I know what we can do with it. And if that's what threshold testing is, then I'm almost afraid to think what extreme testing is. Yeah, we'll come back to this area in a second. Let's go see if that's to the car. And what is in the car. Ah, it is. What are we going to find, Jinx? Yes? A check.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Is this... Did she go through with her blackmail? Oh. That doesn't look good for Ryan, does it? Okay then. Well, we still have a few other areas to check. Okay, well, the mirror room is still just as creepy as it ever was, but nothing new.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Yes, indeed. You into poppies?
Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods. Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, well... Wonder if they're just not relevant at all. What about this, though? 500 pounds. It's a lot of money to be giving to a student.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Okay. I feel that this was her blackmail. I don't know how to prove that. Is this a contradiction? Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way? And honestly, 500 pounds, how much did the students pay to take this course? Surely that couldn't have been a good business decision, which just goes further to prove that it's not what he says it is. It is.
Aha.
So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
Or extreme testing. Whatever the fuck that is. The thing is, if this is a business, then £500 is a lot of money to be giving as a test. What if she just cashed it and ran off with it? I really would like to know what they pay for this. Anything else we could contradict? I can't really see anything else that would be a contradiction, except, and this doesn't seem like one, but we've come across one or two things that weren't actually contradiction in the past, so might as well try it. Students pay for the Atlas course per session, and the money meant as a little incentive for Kate. Or no ulterior reason for giving Kate the money, and it was a test to assess her. That's sort of an ulterior motive. Or not. Okay, we might have to come back to you later. Let's, go talk to everyone else.
Thank you. Probably be back later. A few more questions, please. Thank you.
You used to room with James, didn't you, Simon? Ever know about him having poppy pods?
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
How? You're allergic to opiates, but you took morphine in the mirror room. That seems really stupid, Simon.
Aha.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me. And the other person's the...
victim.
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Oh my god, every time I think that we can't get any crazier, these people are nuts. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess he wouldn't. Or, he told us about the prime candidates, didn't he? Okay, now we know for sure that Atlas was using the morphine to test students. Wasn't just negligence. It's knowingly done. Let's go talk
That's all for
to...
the moment, thank you.
Let's talk to lying Emma. Though I guess she hasn't lied to us in a little bit. Not that that really exonerates her for before. But we do understand that she was in some mental anguish, as it were, if she's not putting on an act. Anyway, what do you know about poppies?
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Okay, Emma wouldn't know about the money, but Kate told her she was going to blackmail Ryan. That's why they fought. Okay, did Third Eye have prime candidates? Is this supposed to be grooming to be a sacrificial lamb or something?
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Although Rebecca was hounding Ryan to tell us something about Simon. Huh. And I'm not sure that you know Simon all that well, honestly, Emma. Just from what we've uncovered throughout all of this. Okay, I don't think she was lying there, but who knows, we may have to come back.
Be back later on, if that's okay. Thank you. Probably be back later.
I always forget about the restaurant until I'm actually in here. Anything new over there? No. Apparently it's a one and done. Like Lisa.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yes. I understand you know a lot about plants.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Okay. What do you know about your husband writing a 500-pound check for Kate? Oh, really? I fucking asked her about it. That's very relevant. Alright, what do you know about prime candidates?
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
What happens then?
They get sacked.
Okay. Huh. That's interesting, but as we can't use this to contradict other people's stuff, then I don't know what use that is except for us knowing it. Alright, goodbye, Rebecca.
That's it for the time being, thank you.